handy. I mean, the
Yes.
reason we met, you came, which I appreciate, you came all the way here to Indiana for RosieCon. Shout out to RosieCon. We love them. And I
Yes.
love authors who come all the way to Indiana meet us because I want more to come. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. But what have you found to be the most effective forms of marketing and presenting yourself to move those books?
Oh man, I'm still figuring that out, Rob. It is a challenging nut to really crack. And I love festivals like that. When RosieCon was a great one. But there's so many wonderful teen book festivals, and those are great. I mean, I have no sense of how much, you definitely sell some books there. So that's great. I don't know how much it kind of affects book sales overall, or there's a ripple effect of people seeing you there, reading the book, telling other people. I'm sure there is. But more than anything, I love those teen book festivals just because you're actually interacting with so many passionate readers, many of them teens. So it's just so always inspiring and invigorating to remember, like, oh yeah, there's people reading this, so much. You're like sitting alone writing, as and you kind of can forget that there's going to be someone on the other side of that, hopefully enjoying and reading the stories. And so teen book festivals are always invigorating that way. As far as other marketing things, I now my new book, Crying Laughing, is out, and I've had to wrap my head around, like how do I get as many people to read this as possible? Because you want to make the best book you can make. I feel so fortunate it's actually published. But then it's like, then the next hurdle is like, how do you convince people in a world where there's so much content, as we've talked about, there's so much to watch, so much to read, so much news to read. How do you get those people to actually pick up your book and read it? And
New Assassin's Creed every year.
Yeah. All those Assassin's Creeds. I mean, how are you going to compete with that? So then there's the social media component, and I really do enjoy Instagram. I think is my favorite. Twitter I like, but it's like what is within your control as an author to do, and I don't think I have a set answer. I think ideally all these avenues come together and get the word out on your book. And I love doing school visits too, along with teen book festivals. I've done a fair amount of those. Whenever Denton has been on like a state librarian list, as it has in Illinois and South Carolina, that's always cool because then you do get invited for more school visits. I find from that, because these lists, all the librarians in the state often look to these lists, like, what are the young adult books we're all reading right now. So that's been cool. And I love a good school visit. It's the same thing as a teen book festival, where you actually get to interact with the young people who are or could be reading your books. And without fail, they're always curious, excited, ask great questions, generally give me hope for future generations. But I don't know. How do you find like marketing? How are you getting the word? Obviously, you have this amazing podcast, so that's people.
That's
hearing
it.
Yeah. Go.
No, I go out. I teach. I do events.
Yeah.
And I do local events. I do some traveling. Not much with the Twitter. I don't like Twitter. I mostly just like other people's tweets. And look at all the people saying clever things.
Yes. That's how I am too. I've given up trying to say clever things. If I think of something, I'll just get it up there. But I spent too many like long chunks of time with a half-formed joke. It's like, what is this joke? Oh, and then suddenly 35 minutes have gone by and I still don't have the joke. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? This is not who I want to be. This is not what Twitter is for. Wasting time trying to think of a perfect joke. And sometimes when you do get the joke down, then it's like 2 likes, cricket. It's like, man, I just spent 25 minutes honing this thing.
That was my day.
Yeah, that's my day. And I didn't even go viral from it, man. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it all the time. It's like we live in this time when we have all these tools right at our fingertips. We can do Instagram Live, you get to live stream yourself, but everybody has the tools. So it's like the power of the tools becomes lessens as everyone has them, because it's just that much more content that you're competing with. So it's very hard to actually figure out the innovative ways to use them. That's going to pop into somebody's brain and be like, oh, I should read that book, or I should watch that thing. It's a conundrum. And at the end of the day, I always keep coming back to, I try to do as much as I can for marketing. I try to get my books into the hands of people who I think will enjoy them and who could spread the word. But at the end of the day, it's got to be like putting your energy into that next creative thing, and always looking forward a little bit, because otherwise you drive yourself nuts. Just being like,
well, I mean, in all fairness, for writers, we were going to do that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But it's easy to spend your days, after a book comes out or once a book is available, looking up Amazon sales rankings or just thinking like, oh, is anything good happening? Internet, tell me something good. And I still fall into those patterns, but I try and catch myself and be like, okay, you can do one check of things, or one, looking to see if there's a new review up on Amazon or something. And then you got to just like work on the new thing, because it's just not helpful. It's not productive. And just because the internet provides you these windows into, how a book might be doing, it's not, that'll still be there tomorrow. If something really cool has happened to your book, someone will let you know.
Let me refresh. Am I rich and famous yet? How about now? How about now?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. It's like, this is not a productive use